turkey dinner, so I made turkey soup, which takes
We were
all
actually
day.
out of the
It's like you
game.
gotta cook it for 3 hours and do it. Then I decided to
Maybe
do
it
chili
was
for lunch.
when we got down here.
So I
Yeah,
made chili,
I got
and
here
then I
about
had
2:30,
this
got home about
Y'all
bones
laugh at
burrito
Yeah,
with a little stuff in it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
I
I
only
love
finished
chili.
like,
My toes didn't get cold until
I just
almost
finished
West
like,
Coast.
well, Al's gotta do dishes, so they're just,
Oh, we're like, hey, if you cook, he does the dishes, that's only fair.
I've been outside all day, that's me, when I went down.
Yeah,
First he was
yeah.
there, and then when I come back, he was
We,
there. It was like he must
I
be
had
cold.
250 that the
Jackson
moose
was so
gave me to
impressed
hand
with
out.
me, he wanted
And
to
then we
draw,
had
and I said,
10 of our own, and I tried to make guys, because what they gave me is more
Gussie's were
for
right until like
5 intervals. So there's some of that I didn't throw out to them. So minus all those ones, and I ran out before I was
But he's
even
third grade, and
midway, but
like,
I
he
wasn't
had
just
pieces of paper
Westfield
and
as far as
she said, dear Sissy, had the date over here,
Westfield.
no lines. And, I mean, I'm not saying it was like perfectly straight, but it kinda went like this, but you didn't have any trouble following. It was like 3 or 4 sentences, it felt very punctuation, correct spelling, if you know how to spell something, you look for that.
Wow, good for you.
She'll love that. Well, he didn't know that. She's probably coming, end of the December. Oh, she, and then he wanted to give it to her, yeah, but, you know.
He doesn't look
somebody
too
likes
fun.
to send out something. Then he goes, well, do you have 20? I'll pay you back, he says. And I'm like, hey buddy, how about you? I know. Okay.
Well, see,
So,
it's
I
so
know I
rough,
said
and then it's
sorry.
kinda, they don't, and it's
We're
real
fine.
fine.
I'm like, I have all the ones like that. I found one
I
that
think to find that was
I
right.
got 4 now. So yeah. But, oh my god, I mean, he's pretty good. I think for his turn on, but anyway. My grandson, he's a piece of work.
How old is he now?
I turned 9 on Friday.
Oh, did he?
Said to me,
Does he
I
go
said,
down
"This
through
is
the
my
Williams
Haley
block?
No, he actually goes to Clarkwood and Alpine.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, is the bus picking
I'm
him
like,
up?
she's black.
No, he lives on
We
Birch
block each
Hill,
other
and
out,
his
block
mom
each other,
takes him
yell
in,
at each other.
and then, somebody picks him up, so no, he doesn't ride the bus at all.
You're not like today, or just like one.
And who's his teacher?
She's Miss Johnson? Sarah Johnson?
Mr. Johnson?
Mr.
I'm not
Johnson, maybe?
There is, there could be Mrs. too, but could be Craig Johnson.
I don't know.
Teacher is
I
not
can't
anymore.
remember because I haven't met her or anything, and I think it's Johnson.
Is it, if it's a woman, then it's not.
I don't know. I don't
There's a
know.
Craig Johnson, he's an awesome guy. I'm not looking on her.
Really?
What grade is he in?
That's third.
That's where my mother-in-law had placed. That's where we were
The
at.
big board. I saw Joyce Court, you know Joyce Courtwright?
These match.
She's really short. She's like not even 5 feet tall. And I'm sorry, I just started laughing. I said, Joyce, my grandson's tall. And she goes, started laughing. She goes, everybody's tall. She's so great. Thank you.
I'm so proud of my wife. I hope that's all.
Oh my God, that's all, my husband.
So what they did is the government put the down payment down.
This is what he said. This is what he said. It's a Haley girl. Tell her I'm not doing it.
And then,
I'll let you know.
That's what you do. Oh, yeah.
so it's 4 bedroom. Wow. So Franklin, Franklin.
Every once in a while.
Hi. Hi. How are you? I'm okay. Angie. Angie. Put your phone. Put your phone on the phone.
Look at your phone on the table up there.
Oh. I can't see them over you guys' heads.
Oh, do you want me to move?
No, she's short.
I mean, I can see it from there.
She's short. It's not her fault.
I'll stand up.
Okay, with this hard plastic casing on this, and this part right here on it, snap, that thing right there, snap it off.
It broke.
No, not this one, the old one. So I had to get a new one today.
It's in there. And that's, yeah, that's the only one I have. I didn't get whatever was supposed to come through.
Oh, thank you.
They're gonna appoint his mom. I don't know who did that.
Yearly rental fee of
They should do it next not 2 or 3 days from now, but the next one. And then the next one, they're supposed to do a marathon. Oh, I heard that's what Billy was on.
Got somebody sitting right next to me.
But my foot's on the tree.
Set up here, so it's
I don't know, but I know a lot of people in Ithaca.
You can sit by my husband.
Alright, call to order, all stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Stacy.
Alright. We can do roll call. Laura Penzos? Here. Terry Neeson? Here. Cindy Burrows?
Here.
Nancy Modell? Here. Eddie Wetzel? Here. And Barry Mortimer is absent. And I'm here. Alright, we got the minutes of the previous, everybody look over the minutes for November 4th and the November 15th special meetings.
Yes, so I had a question on November meeting. It says that Eddie's absent in the roll call.
Is that the November 4th?
Yeah. And then there's votes down here, 7-0. So something's wrong. Either he was here or...
Yeah, that might have just been when I messed, when I filled it out.
Eddie, were you here or absent? You were here. So we need to correct that then.
Yeah, he was here because the other one was 7-0.
Hi, Chico.
Hello. I got set to it. Gotta pay for it. Ah, this is my outside. This is it. Oh, okay.
The snow removal and cinders. Can we remove what was recorded there? It's a comment. The minutes aren't a commentary. There was no action taken. So it says that I replied about training and all that stuff. It really doesn't matter.
Where are you at?
Page 1, 2, 3. Nick should only have the official action taken, not commentary.
Well, would the common councilwoman Burrows ask why the borough?
Whatever. I just don't.
It doesn't make a difference either way, probably.
And then on a special meeting, 15th, same deal. So I was absent. Was Terry absent there? Okay. Alright. Because down here it says 5 yeses, 2 noes. It should be 5-0. It's only the vote's only who's here. It's not who's not here.
Just my typo, I'll fix it.
motion, we approve, the minutes from November 4th and November 15th as amended. Second.
Can I hear a motion to amend, to approve, to make the changes, we're gonna make the changes to the motion.
To approve the changes.
Oh, second.
I already made
Hold on,
the
we gotta
motion.
make the.
I said second.
You already seconded, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do it again?
No, I just said,
Okay.
make the motion, Mansell, make the second.
Yep.
So approve November 4th meeting and approve the November 15th. So this actually, you have to do, I think you have to do it separate.
Yes.
Meetings. So I need somebody to, you're gonna do the second one, the 15th?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the 15th, the November meeting with the changes.
Well, second.
Okay. Here, Mansell Odell makes a motion to, accept the meeting and makes the changes, and Eddie seconds. Can I get a didn't actually do the for November 4th, so I need a motion that I approve the minutes, roll call for the November 4th meeting. Robert Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
I myself is yes. Roll call vote, 7, 6, 1 absent, 0. Okay. Roll call vote for November 15th meeting, Robert Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Gleason. I'm sorry, Eddie Wetzel. I myself, yes. Roll call, 6-0. Alright, everybody look at the bills, payment of the bills. They're on the table. Once they've gone through, I take a recommendation of motion. questions you have on the bills? Is it just one document you have a question on?
That, make sure it's right.
No, it's just one question, the one document you have questions on?
Oh no, there,
The page.
the total amount of bills that we have here, it should be 10.
It's in on my table.
There's only 9.
It's in on the table. Nobody came in to initial it, but I did include it on there. I can grab it
did
off
you?
the yeah, it's
Okay.
in on the desk. I thought somebody come in and
Okay,
initial
we're
it.
good then.
Alright.
Okay, then I'll take a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept the bill.
Okay, I hear a motion to accept the bills from Mansell Odell, seconded by Terry Gleason. I have roll call vote, Robert Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
I myself is yes, with one absent, 6-0. Alright, now, going on to treasurer's reports. We have 3 tabled reports from September, October, November. Let's handle the first one. September's report.
Did we ever figure out the prior revenues categories?
Penny's here not good to answer that one. Penny? I got a question on the prior revenues on September's document. So I see it has a number and a question mark already on it. What question we have for it? So the question is, I guess would be if it's, the document's on the document now, so. Page 1 in September, January 1 to September, profit and loss.
Library.
What? I don't even.
Who's the library money?
I don't know what the question was.
Prior revenues, 289,000.
It's the total off from the from the bank statements. The January and February ones. I just took the totals because I didn't post each thing individually. I just needed that number to reconcile my bank statements. Came right off from the bank statements.
From January and February, you said, Penny?
It might have been through March 25th too. I'd have to go look and see. I can show you the bank statements if somebody wants to see them.
I'm sure it's that refund that we got back from the
It's,
loan being
yes,
made.
it's the money that went from the general fund to the library account, yes.
Okay.
Cause the library and general are both under the same in QuickBooks.
The money that was paid on that loan was refunded back to the general fund, then moved to the library.
How much was it,
263,905 and some change. This is to the good, not to the bad.
Where does it show up as the, in the library?
Library, yep.
Where though? I don't see it.
It's the library.
It doesn't show in the
So Penny, the question we have now is, the balance isn't showing in the profit or loss for the library.
General and library are both the same profit and loss. They're not a separate one because it's in the same company. It's always been that way. But I'm changing it next year. It'll be its own company. But I thought I might as well wait till January to do it.
I got prior revenue for October, but it doesn't show, it just shows the end.
I just don't get how we're using a credit for the prior year as income this year to balance the budget. I don't see how that makes sense. She just came back into the savings. Why would it even go into this budget?
It's not a budget. Profit and loss is not a budget.
Yeah, but it's towards this fiscal year.
The cash flow.
Yeah.
It's just the money coming. I can show you the number came right off from the bank statements from the bank. I just took the total number that they had on there as a debit and a credit, and that's what I used. And my
Right,
bank
it's
statements
inflated
balance
income
every
by
month.
58%. She just went back to savings on the balance sheet.
It is in the library.
Shouldn't it be here?
Yeah, that's where it should be.
It's not so.
So Penny, as of December 20,000 to the balance, it's showing only 168
If you look at
168,000 in the library. 170.
Yeah, cause they put the rest
172.
in a CD.
yeah, you're looking at this here, the balance sheet, right?
Right. That's what I was looking at.
You just took 100,000 to CD.
Hmm?
You just did that.
That's what you're talking right now?
Prime.
Mhm.
Yes. CD. Oh, you got a CD? Yeah.
just happened. Wouldn't be
But
enough
that
before
didn't take
that.
long, did it?
No.
Good for you.
As of December
They're
6th.
saying this here, this one, so this plus this.
That's in there, yep.
They probably don't understand that we did that. They have nothing to do with it.
So, in other words, if the 290,000 wasn't as profit, right? Behind, would be like way over budget, right?
Well, no, it would be considered part of it. Cause it was the library money that we put back in.
It would be probably, it was a
would be
refund,
It would be a, well, it does show a refund. Pretty easy.
but it shouldn't even touch the books this year, it just go back into the savings where it came from.
You still gotta show it,
You gotta show it
you
though,
gotta show it,
cause it was taken out this year.
yeah.
Well, no, it was taken out in November. We
Prior
got it
year.
back in March. But you have to show it.
You have to show it this
Okay,
way.
so then we're subtracting 289,000 out. We're not balanced here, that's what I'm trying to say.
You wouldn't balance, that's profit and
wouldn't.
loss. That's not a budget.
The numbers don't look good.
Well, yeah, but that's not a budget. That's just a paper trail as to where the money's coming and going from.
So if I take that prior revenue off, that's 206,000 this year in income. And we spent 318. Right? What's the prior expenditures? In expense?
Those were, I told you, numbers off from the bank statements. I just took them right off from the top of the bank statement where it says debit and credit. I just totaled those up and put it as one lump sum, so I didn't have to individually post all that stuff. I didn't have her QuickBooks when I did this,
So this, again, this is the first 2 months of expenses.
or money going in, debit and credits, or debit and credits off from the balance sheet. If you wanna look at it after the meeting, Bob,
There's
I
a line
can show
item
you.
here, there's a line item here, expenditures. Prior
Maybe
months
I
expense.
titled it wrong, but that's one of the, that's the accounts on the chart of accounts, so that's why I used it. Maybe I could just,
I'm asking 'cause it's $91,000, and then on the income, I'm asking because it's $290,000.
That's what I'm saying too.
And that's 58% of our income, and that's a massive amount of money.
I'm saying it's the library.
So if it, yeah, but if it came, if it was a
Income.
credit from
Income.
it's
2023, it's
Yeah.
acting like it's bailing us out, but it
It's
didn't.
not in there.
It's not bailing us out.
They spend money left and right.
Because we can't touch that, money. That's library money. So
Yeah, so in other words, on the net income is saying
Right.
we,
You can only
we
break it
earned
up the bank
$180,000. Well, if you subtract the 280 from that,
It's not
Right.
200, is it 260?
you're negative $90,000.
She's oh, I'm sorry, what?
Was it 260,000?
63,000 something, I think. I had a copy of the check, but I don't have it with me, of course.
Where this is
I
coming
think it
from
was
and all that.
263,000.
So if you take that out of that,
Yeah.
Showing it as a profit.
That's why the library should be set up as its own company. And that way,
There's no
it won't be put in the general fund.
Penny, did you set it up as its own company?
Not yet, I'm gonna do it in 25, January.
Cause that makes everything off.
Yeah. Is that kind of like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's always been that way, I didn't change
it's
it.
such a big number.
It's always been that way.
They just need something. That's all. You got big shoulders.
I balance, so
Why do you balance it?
my bank statements balance every month. And that's me.
So 2025 would be the beginning.
I think that'll help clear up.
It'll make it a lot, yeah.
But what do we?
So my confusion, it says, you know, at the end of the year, the borough has a income of $180,000, right? And in reality, it's actually negative. We actually
90,
overspent.
yeah.
Probably.
We lose it by.
No, there's no problem.
Yeah, more than that.
Subtract the two.
There's a lot of stuff to be done.
I'm sure you did, because.
I'm
it's
just saying,
always
it looks
been
good,
money.
but it's not.
But it's not, exactly.
And the numbers are huge. It's not like we're off by $2,000 here. It's,
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of money to tell, it was pretty much depleted.
Alright, well, we can move forward with this one, or we
Yeah.
can,
I'll make a motion to,
Wouldn't the smart thing be for you guys to have a meeting with Penny? Just take an afternoon and have a meeting with her?
They've been asking for that 3 months, so
I'll
just
make a
say
motion
it,
to
like
accept
it's
that.
3 months that
I second.
Bob has brought that up.
treasurer's.
Is that for September?
Then Bob should make an appointment with Penny.
That'd be for September.
Yes.
I think we all openly talked about it, the council brought that up several times.
hear a motion to accept the
What do you want to
September
say,
report.
that's
Maxwell Dell, made the motion, Terry Gleason, second.
Maybe him and Gordy shouldn't spend all
Do I
day
hear
together.
a roll call?
Numbers level,
Um,
shouldn't have it.
Robert Penzo,
no,
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
Mansell Odell.
Yes.
Eddie
I'm
Wetzel.
ready, don't tell me.
I myself is yes, one absent, 6-0. 5-1 and 0.
I've got lots of stuff, trust me, and I've heard some,
So October report,
it's nonsense.
I'll take a motion for October report.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Do I have a second? Motion made by Maxwell Dell to accept the October's report, seconded by Terry Gleason. Roll call vote, Robert Penzone, Terry Gleason, Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself is yes, 5-1, 1 absent. November's report. Entertain a motion in November's report.
I'll make a motion. Accept November's report.
Okay, I have a motion from Terry Gleason to accept the November's report. Do I have a second? Seconded by Mansell Odell. Sorry, Eddie Gleason, Eddie Wetzel. I'm not doing that.
Wear a name tag.
Roll call vote, Robert Penzone,
Councilmember 1.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself is yes. Votes 5-1 and 0. 0. One absent. Okay, now we're up to public comments on agenda items only.
Did
Did
Do I have any,
Did you do December's?
December's
Treasurer's
is not
report?
on here.
Yeah, it is.
No, it just says November.
Is it November? Okay.
Maybe December's yet, not done.
Alright, public comments on agenda items only, please.
Anybody?
I got one. When are we gonna talk about the bounce check to Sheasley's in July?
Yeah,
For payment of bills?
yeah. When are they gonna talk about that? I agree with her.
No, it's payment of bills. It's a bill.
It's not on the agenda.
A payment of bill is on the agenda.
Not for July, we have September, October, November.
Just right, I don't have that on here for this month.
Anybody wanna see it?
Can I see that up close?
It's over $6,000. Penn York can bounce checks, happening again, $50 an hour.
This says $6,000 bounce.
Fine, hold on.
Anybody else wanna see it?
We don't wanna talk
Or
about
you
it?
all see it?
But it's up- But we come out with pitchforks, Penn York. Bullshit.
She got reimbursed.
Ready? No money lost.
Water and
So it's okay to bounce
sewer,
checks?
or sewer service.
Anything else?
I told you they were gonna bypass it.
Well, there's no sense in it.
I got more.
There's
Anybody else wanna see
act on
that?
one, so.
I got more.
Okay, anybody
No,
else got a
no, no,
question?
there's more, trust me, that's
Any
not,
more comments on agenda items?
that's nothing. Buckle up.
Anything else on agenda?
I don't know, the fire department contract, what's that about?
Our department, I think that's coming up
It's
here.
on here.
It's on here.
But it's public comments about the agenda items, so.
Yep.
No, it's actually on here on the,
I know.
She wants to
Let's talk about it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So, I don't know what's going on with it. We haven't heard a thing from anybody.
First letter.
I haven't seen the contract yet, I just know it's
I
on here.
emailed that to the borough office August 2nd. Right after our meeting that we had with you, Barry, Jim Brockway, myself, and Lee Strange.
I think it was just gonna continue the same as it's gonna go. We're not gonna change it.
Something signed, right? I remember you coming up once and we were talking about this earlier this year.
we
There's
give
two
this in
options,
July?
pay in full or
And-
installments,
That
right?
was last year's contract, but
I'm a little far out.
Right, that was last year's contract, but this one, they haven't decided what they wanted to do yet on that. But we'll come through it again when we come through the contract part.
And it,
We'll add it.
well, I guess the answer is we don't know yet. We gotta look at it.
January's coming pretty fast.
You know,
Yes, they're getting their feet under them.
is the contract in there?
I emailed it again to Anthony and to Jen.
I printed it for him.
Okay, benefits, it's in here. Alright, we'll get it, we'll come back to that more detail.
We'll read it now.
Alright, any other questions on, where are we? Agenda items, comments? Alright, we're gonna move on to committee reports, Mayor?
Yep, that's one thing, we got a meeting set for 12/5, I think it's Thursday, to review, the cap for PADP. If anybody can come, that'd be great, it's from 1 to 3, they usually don't last that long, and really what Jimmy, Joe and I are talking about is just reviewing the cap that they already approved, to make sure that they're understanding what our timelines are. And, one of it is the research on the dams, to be able to work with us with the data of them letting water out and how that correlates with our sewer system. There were some things we had to cross and, DEP and some clarifications, so really it's gonna be a 1-point meeting on what we gotta do and when. And, I mean, hopefully one of you guys, I hope you at least make it.
What time is it?
I think Thursday, 12/5, it says, I think that's Thursday, right?
1 to 3.
Yeah, 1 to 3, but they don't last that long, we usually move pretty quick, I just gotta talk to my boss and let me off a little bit, while I join this meeting,
It's just a,
informational meeting.
no, I mean, the call is just a, video call, or?
He does that, yeah, you can just call him. But that's my big announcement.
Alright. Zoning, we have some zoning items here, actually. Can you go through these already?
Nope. I'll have to move forward.
Oh, this one is, I don't think that's it, I think it's just that.
This is one?
Yeah. This one is the CAP.
We'll move forward by.
Alright, we're gonna move forward to the police department. Right here, so. Township Police just submitted their bill for the amount of hours they have for November, 16 hours, 16 and a quarter hours for November. At $65 an hour, comes to $1,056.25.
The back has their calls.
And their calls, 8 calls. They had one for, okay, they all say patrol, but under each one is fraud. That was the second, the 4th was a meeting, and they just patrolled on the 5th. On the 6th, they had an ordinance violation on State Street. The 11th, they had a traffic stop. The 19th, they had a paper service on Main Street. 21st was just a transport. 25th was a theft at State Street. 26th was just a patrol, and the 28th was a traffic stop. Alright,
Is it an ordinance violation?
yes, on the
Is that borough related?
State Street.
Yeah, was it borough ordinance too?
I think so. I'm not sure which one.
Was it parking limit?
Okay, yes, they were parked illegally. Alright, so we're heading on to the library. Fire department, we have no report from the fire department.
Yeah, you do.
We do have a report from
We
the fire
had
department.
8 calls for the month of November, 4 motor vehicle accidents, 1 traffic control, 2 wildfires, and 1 gas inside the structure. So our total calls for 2024 is 168. Do you really want them?
Yes, part of the report, so.
I'll
You can
pass
always,
on,
you can send it
because
to,
I'm not gonna be the treasurer come January, so.
you can send it to whoever's the next person, they can always send it to Jennifer. We'll add it to just like how we do the police department.
Yeah, the guys are doing training every Monday night, so I'm okay with that. You won't be here.
That's fine, whatever you got. Library. Do you have anything from the library?
Yeah, right here. The library had a decent month. We've had a craft available every Saturday. We have a new volunteer. We had a thanks for giving get together for the volunteers of the library on the 17th. And we continue to get book and craft donations, which is feels like the community supports us. As has been mentioned, some of the library's money has been invested in a 14th month CD. Also, December 7th, there will be a tree lighting ceremony on Main Street at Dinkle Dog Grooming, beginning at 5 p.m. And thank you to all the cookie bakers from the library and the church. There'll be hot chocolate, Santa, hopefully, and free books from the library. Hopefully we'll have some singing and some music, and it should be a lot of fun like it was last year. December 14th is Wreaths Across America. Ceremony, it's at Williamson High School at 2 o'clock. After ceremony, wreaths will be placed at Power Cemetery and other cemeteries, and there'll be a reception afterwards at the Boswick Perry Memorial Library. During December and January, the library will be closed a few Saturdays just because of the holidays. I think that seems like people don't really come to it, but there will be something going on. We've got a lot of things to do inside. So basically, the last 2 Saturdays of December and the first Saturday in January is gonna be closed, quote unquote. But the, library will randomly be open, during those weeks, and not necessarily on Saturday, and I will put the open sign up. So if anybody drives by and sees that it's, the sign is on, then you can come in, alright? And, that's it.
Alright, ambulance, I have nothing from ambulance, unless someone's here from ambulance. Alright, moving to water and sewer, most of our water and sewer items are in our new and old business. That we'll report on. So I'll cover it then, when we're doing it then. Old business, generator installation status update. We got, quotes for, well, one quote, and we're getting more quotes so we can get one quote has for underground tank for the generator with lines going to it. We have to supply the gas, for propane.
Why do you wanna go to propane? Can I ask that question?
Cause we can't use gas. Gas will be too expensive. Too expensive for gas to hook up, for UGI. We already went through UGI and they went through an over $100,000 for, to hook up. So we'll get more quotes as we go along and we'll have that hooked up. We already have the tank. One quote, we'll just find, the one was to dig underground, you want one that's probably easier to get, one is one that's above ground, or one of those scenarios.
Buy it or rent it, 2 options.
Let's see, we have a tabled IRS 2021 penalty. That was tabled for somebody
So we need to know if we're gonna pay it or we're not gonna pay it at this point, because we're still getting penalties because it's not paid. Haven't heard anything back from them, right, Penny?
So what is the penalty up to now? Because it was
$8,300.
$8,384.99.
Holy crap, why didn't you
What
just
was
pay
that
it?
for, Penny?
That was for W-2s not being.
What year was that?
21.
21?
They weren't filed in
they weren't filed.
21?
Yep.
So we can pay it, we don't have to incur any more penalties,
I mean, we submitted it now,
but we won't get a refund.
After
That's
the
what
fact.
we're waiting for, is hoping they would
Yeah.
reduce it, because we did send them in, they did send in, so.
Probably over that. Huh? Fine. Yeah.
So what do we wanna do with that? Make a motion to pay it or not?
Yeah, we was hoping we'd get an answer back from them to say that they'll accept the paperwork even though it's late, but they haven't responded at all, and the bill keeps going up.
So then pay it, just pay it.
So I don't know, the option is to wait, if it goes up, they still might say no, or they might say yes. I mean, if you give them the money, they're not gonna give you
We're
that
not
back,
gonna get no refund, I can tell you that. Not from the IRS.
so you must well make a motion to pay it, is that what you want to do? Take it off the table.
Take a motion to pay the penalty for the IRS 2021.
Make a motion to pay the penalty.
Do I have a second?
Like they did Hunter.
Alright, I have a motion to pay the IRS 2021 penalty from Mansell Odell and seconded by Eddie Wetzel.
I am here too.
Roll call vote. Rob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself is yes. Goes 6-0. 1 absent. Next one, we have a Frontier fiber optic cable from Lawrenceville Communications that was tabled.
We're still waiting for Jimmy on that, aren't we?
I think they're already doing it.
Well, they're doing
They're
it,
already working on that.
but they're not digging, I don't think.
No, they're gonna do the,
Now my
Right,
son's
so-
in.
And they wanna put it on top of our sewer line, new water line. Yeah.
The underground, huh?
And we have where they wanna put it.
Go with
We haven't had a contract
transfer.
It really doesn't show where it's going though.
Yeah, look at this line right here. And it says right over the water line.
Yeah.
It's right next to the road.
What did you want? You make a motion not to approve it.
We just don't wanna be responsible if we have to dig it up and we hit
Right,
it. Who
exactly.
repairs it?
Right.
Huh?
Fiber optic surgery here.
You have to set it there and heat it.
So, just confirm what motion we want to put out for this one.
A motion to deny.
Yeah, we could ask who's responsible if we
Well,
hit
it
it.
has to be in writing. You'd have to have it.
Yeah.
I know
I think-
Jimmy Joe was reaching out to them, but I haven't heard anything else.
I think it's a bad idea, in my opinion.
See what Jimmy Joe says, and then,
Right,
our
exactly.
solicitor needs to look into it too.
We can tell them anything, doesn't mean they're gonna do it.
Send
Send it.
this information
Sure,
right to
we did.
solicitor.
We gotta see who's.
Looking at the map, I mean, you can't be 100%
Right.
water line.
Right.
It could be two, we need somebody there to be here.
So we're gonna table this one unless we reach out, unless somebody else has something else.
What are we gonna do?
Because we're gonna reach out
To
to
the solicitor.
solicitor for this one.
Okay.
Well, if they're already hanging them, how much more longer?
No,
is it?
This is
This is the underground,
the underground.
one.
I know, but I mean,
How much longer, right?
once they get them home, their next party,
Some communities, they were told, oh, they did it anyways,
right.
so.
Alright.
I'm just gonna table it, really, for the attorney.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Jimmy Joe and the attorney.
Okay.
It's still come back to this.
I don't even see the water and sewer lines on here.
They, well, they put it where the water line is, their line is our water line.
Doesn't even show our water line, so.
There's, I think they're trying to tell us it's underneath, their line is underneath, above our water line. Where that line is,
It doesn't say that.
it doesn't say that, no.
The only thing it shows is the gas line
Yeah,
and the edge of the road.
yeah.
They asked, do they even know where the water line is?
That's my point. I don't know if they do. It's not on here.
Because the flags were real tight together, or very close together up there.
Still need more information from Jimmy Joe and the lawyer and that still, even if we decide what we're gonna do.
Gene has his package, right?
Yep. Alright, so we're gonna table that one, get more info, we'll probably get a decision on it next month.
Need a better map. They,
Better map.
And the first question was, like, he said, do they even know what water line is on there, because they're not marked in there.
Were they at the mark?
Huh?
Were they at the mark?
No,
When they do the one
no,
call?
they were never marked.
Alright, the next thing we have is confined space for flow meters. Either we're gonna train employees or hire out. There's a good solution to train, hire out is gonna cost, has a significant cost to it. If we train our employees can do the work if they're trained. But it's gonna be confined space trained and
I mean, it doesn't take that long for confined space training from what I understand.
if they could do it still, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we'd be better off just hiring it out. I mean, our guys could watch them, cause it's gotta be done every 6 months or 7 months, something like that. They gotta be moved. So if our guys could watch them do it the first time.
Keep them
they
trained
still
in
have to be
between.
trained in between that
Yeah.
time frame.
See, this doesn't give you, well,
So,
We'll have to get quotes on that and out.
still doesn't show where the water line is.
I'm gonna get the quote for the training.
We gotta
So,
go,
you got a quote rate for that?
I think we got after training, but we had a quote for somebody to do it for us,
Okay.
to hire it out.
And what was it, like 6 to 8 grand?
Huh?
How much was it, 6 to 8 grand?
No, it was 7,500 or something like that.
Is that the one Jimmy Joe was talking about when
Yeah.
we can't call it state county?
It was the same price as the gravel, I remember.
Alright, so we'll just bring that here. Alright, next one's the PA Association of Boroughs invoice. Here it is, it's $40.
Oh, membership.
Is that for,
For the membership, PSCB.
can we make a motion to pay for that?
Yeah, just that, yeah.
I make a motion to the PhD Association of Boroughs, pay the $40.
Okay, I have a motion for Mansell Odell, to pay the, PASAB Borough invoice of $40. Do I have a second?
No second.
Seconded by Terry Gleason. Roll call vote, Robert Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yeah.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself says yes. Approved 6-0, 1 absent. Alright, next one, we have Personnel Committee, update treasurer's position. We had a personnel committee and there was talk about updating the treasurer's position. Does anybody wanna talk about that?
I mean, it's just mainly making a motion to put Penny on, permanently at $30 an hour with no more than 15 hours a week.
I'll second that motion.
But that wasn't the,
That
that
was
wasn't
the
a,
motion.
that was a motion.
I was just saying that's what it was,
I'll make a
what was
motion to
discussed.
pay Benny $30 an hour, no more than 15 hours a week.
So, what happened to the training?
That will come along as well.
We've been working on, well, she's been working on, they've been working on, I guess, back from 18, 19, 20, 21 issues that keep arising, so. So I make a motion to pay that, or to accept that.
Alright, I have a motion from Mansell Odell to update the treasurer position to $15 an hour, 15 hours, $30 an hour. Seconded by Eddie Wetzel. Roll call vote, Robert Penzo.
Are they gonna be business hours? You didn't state what
There's no,
hours.
I don't have any state hours business hours,
No business hours. Cause she doesn't see.
just
people.
15 hours.
Up to,
Up to 15 hours. She
or no
doesn't
more
see
than,
people.
whatever you wanna say.
Well, I thought you said not more than 30, now you changed it to 15.
No,
$30 an hour, no more than 15 hours.
Can we read the motion again there? Sorry, I'm
Okay.
confused you.
Thank you.
So it's update the treasurer's position for 15 I did it again. Up till 15 hours
A week.
a week, $30 an hour.
And this specifically for Penny Jeffers.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that the motion you seconded, whoever?
Yes.
No.
Alright, Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself no. We are approved 4, 2, and 1 absent. Now we're into new business. We have a resignation of the council president. I, Barry Mortimer, tender my resignation as Borough Council President and council member effective immediately. Any duties that are performed as my duties requires, I will no longer participate in. On this day, I turn my keys into the borough office.
Now, did you go down to the, Board of Elections and tell him he was resigning from council?
This is just our part right now. I don't know where he's done.
No.
I'm pretty sure he'll get that done. But it's gonna be us. We have to, I take a motion to accept the resignation of the council president.
Make the motion to accept resignation of council president. And council member, correct?
So Eddie Wetzel makes a motion to accept the resignation of the council president. Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Seconded by Mansell Odell. Roll call vote, Robert Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself is no. Approved 4-2, 4-2, 1 absent.
No.
Five.
Five.
5-1,
5-1.
5-1, 1 absent. Sorry, reading.
Does that mean Anna was your alternate, right?
She's the hearing board, or, yeah,
Alright, we still don't have
the
it.
vacancy, or she's a vacancy.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have 30 days to show up. We can post her.
Is there a date?
Unless he comes back.
Is that today or?
That is today, that is November
Friday.
29.
Okay.
Okay, monthly and special meeting dates, 2025.
How can you,
I'm not sure what that is.
I was gonna
That's
say, how
setting
can
the
you-
meetings for 2025 on the first Monday of every month.
Yep.
And
You
then
have to
special
advertise it.
meeting as needed.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So it would,
We have to advertise it.
We have to advertise it. It's just advertising.
so this is just an advertising?
Yes.
Okay, so I need a motion to, accept the motion to make this advertisement for the monthly and special meeting dates, 2025.
I'll make a motion.
So hang on.
In what paper?
So, yeah,
You gotta
gotta be
have
clear.
So what day do we keep, what day are we picking?
Monday.
First
Monday.
Monday.
The same-
Monday.
same
Monday, Monday a month.
And then
First
special
Monday.
meetings as needed.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first Monday of the month, of the month.
Yes.
Okay, so
In what paper?
who made the motion?
I do.
So,
I'll second.
Okay. So I have a motion from Mansell Odell to advertise monthly meeting at the first of the month and special meeting as
needed.
as needed for 2025, seconded by Robert Penzo. Roll call vote, Robert Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself is yes. Approve 6-0. So 6, 1 absent, 0. Let's see, adoption of proposed budget 2025 general fund. Alright, this is the proposed budget, if anybody, should be in a packet in that one as well.
Sorry.
And this one is not in,
Thanks for
this one is just in these two individual ones. This is the adoption of proposed budget for 2025 general fund, adoption of proposed budget 2025 water fund, and adoption of proposed budget 2025 liquid fuels. So we'll handle those individually.
So everybody wants to know what changed, right? We're increasing taxes, I guess?
No,
No,
taxes
no.
on increases.
Alright.
Increases, those change from the water, general fund is not changed, is it changing?
No.
Water and sewer is changing.
Alright, so we kept the income flat.
Good.
Yes.
I can't tell because my number's inflated for this year.
Yeah, they've been inflated for a while now.
No, 450,000.
Yeah, I know.
I'm saying.
That's right, I don't know, I haven't seen that, no.
I think that's my guy right there. There you go. Yeah, that's the same one here, so.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Was that? I don't have any numbers, so there's no numbers.
Okay, so the general's flat, then what did the water and sewer go up? For income?
Water and sewer.
36,600.
What was it, sorry?
36,600, something like that.
Increase income, how much?
$10 per month.
5 for each.
That's the current.
What's this?
That's the current village.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, because it's not on our copy of the.
Good difference.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
44.6. Probably not enough.
I don't know what it'd be, if you look at the contract.
Which contract?
Fire.
Oh, fire.
5. Here's on, right here.
How much is that?
Made a,
It's
I don't know, get changed.
Huh?
Get changed, the average. Something we can get it, right? What do you think we can get it? We can get it. If you have one, then we don't.
It will be upside down. Break
Yeah.
it.
We can discuss that later, I guess. Sit down with them. Yeah.
There's no number.
It is.
Wait, that's 5.5.
Just gonna sit down with them. About 406.
So was it that much last year too? Or was it there?
This was last year.
Last year was $18,040.
What's that?
Last year was $18,040 is what you got.
It's 1503 a month.
It's in here.
Do you know the numbers in that? The number?
Uh,
She said it was 1840.
yeah.
We gotta see what the change
We gotta
is.
find out what changes.
Alright, back to the, everybody's ready for adoption of special appropriation for proposed budget. General fund.
I make a motion to, adopt the proposed budget for 2025 general fund.
I second that.
Alright, I have a motion to adopt the proposed budget for 2025 general fund. Motion by Terry Gleason and second by Mansell Odell. Roll call, Robert Penzo,
No.
Terry Gleason, Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
Myself is yes. That's 5-1 and yes, right. So 5-1, 1 absent. Alright. Do I have a motion to accept the adoption of the proposed budget for 2025 water and sewer?
I'll make a motion to adopt the proposed budget of 2025 water and sewer.
I'll second that.
the proposed budget of 2025 water and sewer, made by Terry Gleason, seconded by Mansell Odell. Roll call, Robert Penzo,
No.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
I myself is yes. 5, 1, and 1 absent. Okay, I need I make approve the adoption of the proposed budget for 2025 liquid fuels.
Yeah, how much did this change? Any?
Usually like $25.
That's what we got last year.
I mean, this shouldn't change much.
No,
That should
it's
change
just
at all.
okay.
Yeah, it's from the state.
I mean, my reason I'm having issues here is there's no budget still. We still don't have a budget for 2024 reported, so I can't compare it to any numbers here, so. No, I don't have the numbers. Whoever said that.
Jackson says you're being a pain in the ass.
That's fine. She should be worried that I'm trying to control spending here. Or
Yeah.
Well, you should have worried about that for 4 years.
I'll make a motion to
two wrongs make a right, right?
accept the liquid fuels budget.
There's a few
Oh,
things.
this is like the
Yeah, I didn't use it last year.
You'll need a second here? We need a second.
I said a second.
Oh, did you?
You did first.
You did it first.
I did it first.
You already did it?
You did a
So,
second.
okay, who,
Mansell did it.
okay, so I have a approval for the adoption of the proposed budget for 2025 liquid fuels, motion by Mansell Odell and seconded by Eddie Wetzel.
Eddie Gleason.
Roll call vote, Robert Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yeah.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself is yes. That's 6-0. 1 absent. 0 absent. Okay. Resolution number 424, water sewer base rate increase.
We got the budget, so
Yeah, how do you do that?
it's already, this should have been done first, but doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if you gotta do it, because that's not the way the budget's gonna balance this year.
Can you guys speak up so we at least can all hear about the rate increase?
So the rate increase, the water will increase by $5, incorporated within shall be 2517. Whereas the sewer rate will increase by $5, incorporated herein by reference shall be 3198. And this is per ordinance 283-2018 and ordinance 287-2019. And this will be effective, this resolution shall be effective December 21, 2025.
2025.
You have to believe it.
24.
24.
24.
Because it's gonna take effect in January, with January's
Oh,
billing.
Yes,
Yeah.
25. 24, it has to be changed.
I'll make a motion to resolution 424, water sewer rate increase.
Okay, I have a motion to accept the resolution number 424, water sewer base rate increase by Mansell Odell. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Cindy Burrows. Roll call vote, Robert Penzo,
No.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
On myself is no. This goes 5, 4, 2, 1, 0. 1 absent. Absent, 0.
You must be in training tonight.
Alright, Okay, we have another resolution, number 524, millage rate for 2025. Right. This resolution for the Borough of Lawrenceville, Tioga, Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, fixing the tax rate for 2025. Now therefore should be resolved by the Council of Lawrenceville Borough, Tioga County, Pennsylvania, that the tax be the same, that a tax be and the same is hereby levied on all real property within Lawrenceville Borough, subject to taxation for the fiscal year of 2025. The tax rate for general purposes, the sum of 2.4113 mils on each dollar assessed valuation, or the sum of 24 cents on each $100 assessed. And it hasn't changed.
Only if you change it, right?
It hasn't changed, so we'll still have to approve it for 2025.
Can I see real quick?
Why are we making a resolution if it's gonna stay the same?
You
I
have,
think
you
you
have
have
to,
to do it every
Brad
year.
needs it. Every year it has to be done.
Is that number correct to the fire?
Right, yes, that's
Based
the same.
on- based on-
No, it's changed on the contract.
So how do we make up the difference then?
Well, it's a new contract, so,
New year.
right.
That's what you guys wanna meet with the fire hall, they try to talk to them to make it so we don't lose money.
Oh, this is .4398.
This is 5.
Right.
0.5.
That's why we were have the contract to you by September, so that you can notify the county what the contract was.
So we're back to the resolution, so it's on
Should
the
have known
millage
by
rate.
September, you're saying?
Yep.
It's always supposed to be to you by September, the first Monday in September. I gave it to you the first Monday in August.
So we can't really do anything with this until we fix it. Can't be on the 8th.
Alright, so this one goes, next one with the fire department, we're gonna have to table the resolution for the 524 millage rate for 2025. Alright, we're on the fire department contract 2025. There's an increase from our millage rate.
We can still approve fire contract, can't we?
It's still,
But we just have to approve the millage.
the millage will have to change.
So we would table that and have a special meeting, or what are you gonna do?
So what's the difference between the 4, 3, and the 5?
It's, the old millage is already, that's the same as .4, and now the contract is .5. So
Yeah,
it's
what's the
it's a
difference?
point difference.
The amount, Bob?
I don't know what the amount.
.06 or whatever, but I don't know what the dollar amount is, and you know how much the assessed value
She
is.
said the last one was 18,040, is that correct? Last year? So, and it's going up 0.6.
The millage, the taxable assessed value is 38 million something. You don't have that on that document?
No,
Not on this one.
just gives the mills.
I had the amount as of October 10th, but I don't know if it changed.
What are the mills that you have listed?
The mills for the Well, wait, it
For
hasn't
fire.
changed, so it's still, 0.4.
0.43, I think you said.
439.
Last year was a weird year because that's when the reassessment happened.
Yeah, couldn't do anything.
And so we made it so that it was comparable to the year prior, but then Gordy did an extra $125 a month to kind of go with the inflation type thing that we were dealing with. So I can just tell the guys that we're gonna wanna meet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a special meeting because we have to approve the resolution and then the contract.
This needs to match that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll set a special meeting for this fire department.
I think the contract says in it that if it's not approved by a certain time, you have to pay the amount that was paid in the year prior until it's resolved. I think that's what the contract said.
Hopefully we can put this to bed before the end of the month.
We'll need this for this year anyway.
When did the contract expire?
It
Expires in
December
January
1st.
1st. Right, this is a new contract for January 1st, so it will expire.
So the 18,040, that was $100 and some dollars that Gordy said that he would offset was that included?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Yeah, it
the
was
total.
included in their payments.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, so we've been paying them. I wasn't there. Right, that's this one's this guy. Okay, so. Okay, so we'll set that up for a special meeting, because we gotta get approved, and village changed. IRS okay, so IRS payment due 2022, first quarter.
What is this?
Do we have any info on what that is? Oh wait, hold on, let me look at my packet.
Do you want them now, or do you want it, it's for the quarterly payments for that first quarter for 2022?
It wasn't submitted.
They weren't submitted, is right. You want that balance?
Yes.
$3,071.22.
What's the change? 70,
22 cents.
22 cents.
22, okay.
It was part of the agreement.
Oh, so do you remember?
You don't? You're on the council?
No, I don't remember.
That's all I
Oh,
think.
there's an addendum to it.
We gotta pay it.
Obviously I haven't, I just
So
don't
we gotta
remember.
pay
What
this
she's
IRS
saying
payment.
is,
I know what
they
she's saying.
reassess the dollar value, so if you
Right.
increase the mills, it would all been pay on this, so they went back to 0 and they added in the inflation.
Right, now what they did.
So,
Right.
council voted on it, I mean, you're acting like it's,
I said I just don't remember.
okay.
Can I quickly ask for clarification about the two separate IRS payments? The $8,384.99 was the penalty for not submitting W-2s, right?
Right, in
Right.
2021.
Okay, so is this the same thing for 2022? Is it the same penalty?
No.
No.
This is a
This
first
is a
quarterly payment that's due that, I'm not sure how it wasn't paid on 2022, but we got the,
So we have the same question? Like what exactly is this for?
it's first quarter for payment for 2022, if that hasn't gone through.
So it's a penalty?
It's a,
Just-
is it a penalty?
Is it a penalty payment
I
yet?
don't have the paperwork for it.
Okay, that's the amount that's due,
It's both the,
penalty and the amount's due.
right,
Yeah.
But the first quarter return is what it is.
Yes, for the first part. part of twenty
Of
twenty-two.
2022.
Says the paperwork here, no.
I think what we got is the penalty paper. Did we just get penalty papers for that?
Yep, today, yep.
2021, right?
This is for 22, the
22.
first quarter of
First
March of
quarter.
22. I don't know who was doing the payroll
I don't
then,
know.
but
Yeah, alright, thanks.
Didn't get somebody.
But where's the paperwork though? Can't vote out without the paperwork.
Where's the penalty paper?
Is
We
it
just
for
got that
not
today, right?
submitting?
what's that?
We just got that today.
Yeah,
Penalty.
yep.
Can you grab that so Bobby will get it?
Cause we didn't have a secretary.
But she's been doing this for like 11 months and we're just finding out that the taxes weren't paid back in
Yeah.
2022. I'll wait for
Oh,
public
you
comment.
wouldn't believe what
I'll wait for
happens.
public comment.
2 years later.
So there's a lot of stuff that has been happening in the past that we're paying for now, so.
because there was not a secretary.
They
Little
just
shops.
didn't reply, didn't.
$1,700 in
And I don't know if any of you can answer, but it says first quarter quarterly payment. Is it only the first quarter that wasn't paid in
Right.
2022? Thank you. That's the one for 22, and this is the one for W-2s for 21. I requested those forms to be sent to me.
First quarter.
3,072.
How much?
3,072.
Holy shit.
So just in penalties, we're gonna be paying out almost 12 grand.
So we didn't want to fill in the paperwork.
And it'll increase next month, hopefully.
Exactly.
No, some of those
What's the number?
contributions, like,
This is 22.
they submitted their 941. Apparently they didn't make their payments for 3 months or whatever. So that's how they caught it. So hopefully the 941's right.
This is
That's what
actually
you're saying, you have to pay that.
8300s. 83, 84. 99. We got, Jennifer, we're gonna have to update the old business IRS penalty number in the records to 83, 84, 99.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave them to her today.
For this one?
For the for the IRS penalty, oh, for this one, 22?
Yeah.
22 is 3,071.22. I'm not sure what that is combined, I'm pretty sure it's like 10,000.
13,000.
11,400.
Sorry. Yeah. Now he's round up. So.
Has the financial committee reviewed this at all?
No,
They just got this today, this morning.
I haven't seen it.
Just come in for that.
No,
But
we
to
haven't
your
seen
point,
this
this
one.
is, 2 years ago, right?
2 years ago, yeah.
The 8,000, she's been on the phone with IRS for 2 weeks now, a month, trying to,
But they didn't
they wouldn't,
say anything about this.
they didn't say about the other one, no. We just got that today.
Yeah, when I talked to them, they told me you owed to 22. That's why I said, please send me documentation on that so that I can show it to the board. There's other reports that haven't been filed, but there's no money due on them, but there are other years where 941s have not been submitted.
That's just a penalty for not filing paperwork.
This one is a penalty and the contributions both.
We're not paying any.
So whoever was doing payroll in the first part of 22, I don't know what happened there.
So we gotta pay a little time on this one, right?
Huh?
Is that due right now?
24th December.
December 2nd, right? Yeah.
Is there any way we can get we can get them to get us any other late ones from 22 to now? Anything that hasn't been filed?
Or anything outstanding, yeah.
That's all he told me, those were the ones, and there are 941s that have not been filed.
That has not been filed. Can you get,
I asked him for it, he sent me 2 other documents that say there's a 0 balance due on them. Those are the only 2 where there's a balance due.
It's about $8,000 once you tried to get them to, we found it, we sent it in, no more or less, could you give us a little lenience?
I sent him the
Response.
W-2s for that 2021, and I sent in a letter and said, could you please abate this amount? I don't know, the IRS is backed up, takes 2 years to get anything, so maybe in 2 years they'll tell us they're gonna abate it.
so I will, if you guys can pay it, make a motion to,
You got till December something to pay, right?
right, but we can make a motion to
Make a
pay it
motion to
now.
pay it.
Get it out of the way.
Alright, I got a motion from Mr. Odell to pay the IRS payment due 2022 first quarter. That's $3,071.22. Motion by Manson Odell. Do I have a second? Seconded by Terry Gleason.
Keep going up.
Roll call vote. Robert Penza.
Yes.
Terry Gleason.
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
Manson Odell.
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself, yes. 6-0.
Cause that's as of.
Alright, the next one we have is a borough sign quote, and that's in here. And it's in that packet there as well.
Can I ask a question on that?
I think you can go through my path.
There it is.
I think you can go through my path.
Yes,
Why are we worried about a sign when we got so much other stuff that needs to be done?
it's one of the things that come up. Vendors send us quotes all the time, so just gotta discuss it here.
You go first, Ricky, Terry?
$3,071.22.
We've been talking about this for 3 years. Plus.
Pay funds first. And do some stuff.
Is this theirs?
Hmm?
What are they talking about?
The sign,
The sign.
borough sign quote, I'm assuming you want one from here.
Oh, they're gonna repaint it? Oh. I know the parking lot.
Now we can decide to table this one.
The parking lot.
The sign
Up
one.
there.
Everybody see the sign one?
We can table it.
Don't worry about that.
I didn't know that's what that was.
18 something.
Yeah, there's a guy that lives in
smaller
Lawrenceville.
so that we don't have.
He works for the Corps of Engineers. He said he can get us one for $5.
It'll be better. Actually,
Metal one for $5.
No. Because it would, signing
This is a
something
guy
that
that walks in the building.
actually should be
He
signed,
gives like, well,
not here. I think it should be, there's too much time here to do it, so. But we don't have to pay for that.
And the thing is
We have to
that,
actually come up with a sign
the
committee.
Wolf Brothers
What if
have
we have to-
accommodated that they kind of,
Going out.
right, driving around, they have the right of way there,
No,
so,
Buildings.
but
Building?
at this point, I don't think we can get it
do we
done
have a building committee?
until spring, so they're gonna, whatever.
So now we're gonna table that.
We'll keep looking at, okay, the next one is codes, zoning officer.
Advertise for it, just make a motion.
Alright, so this is to make a advertisement for a code and zoning officer.
Advertise.
Do I have a motion to advertise for
I make
codes
a
and zoning officer?
motion to advertise for a codes and zoning officer.
Okay, Terry Gleason makes a motion to advertise for code and zoning officer, seconded by Ansel Odell.
The discussion, so do we have a write-up for this? Cause I know sometimes we put ads in the paper then, and then we're kinda back and forth on what the responsibilities are and difference of opinions. Do we know if we have a write-up of that?
I wanna say there
There's
is.
one in
I
there.
wanna say there is.
Is it up to date though?
I don't know, I think I put on it additions and corrections.
Okay.
Oh, any changes? Is this what it is?
That's what I found.
Oh, any changes.
Alright, there it is.
This one? Alright. Okay, does somebody make, is there? Oh, I see, it's right, I was waiting for a roll call, he made a question, okay. Need a roll call vote, Robert Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason?
Yes.
Cindy Burrows?
Yes.
Mansell Odell?
Yes.
Eddie Gleason?
Not Eddie.
Sorry, I did it again. I start right here.
You got the whole damn thing there.
Eddie Wetzel,
Got something to tell us?
No.
and I myself is yes,
Sure about that, you're looking awful
6-0.
clear.
Okay, we are up to the right to know officer. That is, a lot of paper for that.
Blushing 'cause you like it?
I think that's just something in
That's set by the
application.
state.
Yeah.
They set the criteria for that.
It's just
I don't have that.
application should go out.
It's been done since August,
Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
just, they just wanted to make it.
Official.
Twice a year.
So we have to vote on it?
We just have to make a motion.
Okay, I will accept the motion to accept the right to know officer. Is it just paperwork or?
You need a name or.
Oh, as Jennifer as the
Right to know.
right to know officer. So I need a motion?
I make a motion
Did she accept that?
make Jennifer Rumsey, right to know officer for Lawrenceville Borough.
Okay, I have a motion to accept Jennifer Rumsey as the right to know officer. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Okay, it was, submitted by Terry Gleason, seconded by Cindy Burrows. Roll call vote, Robert Penzo.
Yes.
Terry Gleason.
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
Mansell Odell.
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself, yes, 6-0. We are now up to, I see paperwork for this. Upper Pine Creek Council of Government dues. Dues, annual dues,
What's the money?
$150.
Everybody wants money.
It's for, the Upper Pine Creek Council of Governments have an appeal board in place to hear hearings on UCC issues. Also enclosed is the information that the COG has to offer if you become a paying member.
So it's something you don't like.
Were we part of that before?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I think we'd be fine with it.
I don't think we need this. Upper Pine Creek, isn't that like Westfield?
Yep. Yep, Dane,
You know, this came from
Westfield.
Westfield.
Danville, we
I
have to
moved
do
out
that
of that,
one.
I don't even spend $150
Shoot.
And that's not very professional either with that.
December 1st. Yeah, 10-1.
Tioga County Association of Boroughs for December dinner.
That's being held at
Right.
Fire Hall up in Wellsboro.
And this one is
What's the date of that?
$28 and it's December 18, 2024, so Wednesday at 6 o'clock. There will be a buffet style dinner, pulled pork, coleslaw, potatoes, baked beans. Fireman and the Wellsboro Fireman Annex.
up, I wanna know if the borough pays the 28 for the council member.
Yes.
Yeah, the borough does.
Usually, yes.
There'll be an annual
You
gift
write a
wrap.
check and they take the
Gift
check
wrap.
with them to hand to them.
We have to confirm by December 6th.
Yeah.
Which is Saturday.
Yeah.
We got a couple days,
When's
right?
the date?
I mean, the 18th.
The 18th.
I gotta check.
I'll go, if you wanna go.
I like to, but I wanna make sure we're gonna be home. I'll let you know tomorrow probably.
And Monday tomorrow, so.
Oh,
Wednesday.
Like,
Wednesday.
Glenn sent me text message.
Okay, so
Okay.
if they go, they just go.
You going?
I'll be down.
You going?
Oh, yeah, we got prior events.
Oh.
That's really close to
We
Christmas.
sing it's the same day.
They're gonna pay for their spouses.
No, they don't pay for their spouse.
So,
I think that's what they're doing.
last one here is water sewer advertised worker.
I think just those people down.
Nobody. We just wanted to see if we can get some resumes in.
Bush. See what's out there.
Rattle the bush, yeah. That's
We
good.
never did, but you guys can do it different.
Nobody's-
Everybody can do how they
So
want.
what's the
Yeah, we
position then? Is it part-time, full-time?
Labor.
Yes, it'll be all the above.
So that'll be a, what?
So we're gonna advertise for all those positions?
It's-
Job description, yeah, stuff.
Yep.
This, we have job descriptions for full-time and pretty much works for the same part-time as well.
Did you have another position?
Just see what, see what's out there. I don't think it's changed, but you never know.
I got some off last.
Can I ask a related question directly to this advert when you guys look at the hire? I have July 25th special meeting to hire Tara Simmons, who, from what I understand, is more than qualified to perform like weekend part-time duties. Does anybody want to give like why didn't she get hired? Like what was the
I don't
issue?
think we need it.
Personnel.
It just didn't get approved through council.
Does anybody want to give like does anybody know her or?
I don't.
So you just
not
didn't
personally.
hire her because you don't know her?
She was under the impression at her second interview she was gonna be
It's
hired.
their own personal opinion, everybody's
Can-
different.
Can you
That's
share
all I
any
can say.
personal opinion
No.
with the rest of the
Can't.
public or just gonna say no?
It's a personnel thing and can't discuss that.
You can't give them a reason why.
No reason.
Apparently no reason. Okay, just.
Right.
So are you looking to replace everybody in the water and sewer plant?
We're just looking to see what's out there in the bush. I mean, how many people are out there looking for jobs that can do water and sewer? Are they qualified? Are they certified?
Sure.
It'd just be nice to know, cause right now,
You want
the
to
bush
prove
is
what
empty.
you want.
There's nobody out there that's certified.
Is the borough currently hiring though for these positions?
No, not that I'm aware of.
So you're canvassing.
Yes, just like,
Did you sit in on her second interview, Mansell?
That's actually what we're doing, we're
Resumes.
accepting resumes.
yes.
So you're gonna need so you're gonna have to get a motion to advertise a water and sewer worker.
Cause there was a conversation
So do I have a
about
motion to
Tara, and somebody
advertise
did
it
say
for-
something personally and it leaked.
Well, wait a minute, accepting resumes is a little different than.
Yeah, you can't word it that way if you're not actually
What'd be the
hiring.
difference? I mean, you can call it tomatoes, tomatoes, it's the same thing, whether you hire them or not. I get tons of resumes.
Well, that's
you
why in
want
the
one.
advertisement, it's gonna have to say that we're not actually hiring,
Well, why'd they send a resume in?
because future. For future hire.
You can put that in there.
I mean,
I would just see what's out there. And chances are there's nothing, because everybody's looking for people and
Somebody
nobody's
said something
finding them.
about Tara to them in the
So
office,
would
and
we
one of those
need to
years,
have
I
a
wrote back to
motion
her.
or not hiring? So we're not hiring.
I think if you need,
From Upland to Bear.
if we advertise it should actually, it should be a need for someone to actually advertise.
Yeah, right, like you're wasting people's time.
Not for nothing, you guys have wasted $11,456.21 tonight. Now you wanna pay for advertising frivolously? Well, plus waste another $30 on top of that.
No, if you got a list of people that you can draw from, if somebody walks off the job tomorrow,
I do, right here in my notebook.
I got somewhere to go.
Right here in my notebook, Mansell,
But
I
there
have
might-
lists of
and there
people
might be other ones out
who
there.
are qualified for the
You-
job.
under your opinion, they're qualified. I
No,
don't
she's
know.
licensed, we have.
Licensed.
She
No.
has
Well,
all-
qualifications don't
Who's got
come in
license?
opinions.
Who's got
That Tara
license?
Simmons is completely and totally licensed to work in Pennsylvania and perform the duties of which you guys are hiring
But our
for,
sewer system
or
is a little bit
not
different.
hiring for.
Okay.
You sat in on her second interview and she thought she was gonna be hired. She accepted $18 an hour, Mansell.
What's that got to do with me?
You sat in on her second interview and had her believing that she was going to be hired.
I had her.
You did. Yes. you
I
did.
have names over the last 3 years of people. I'm happy to share that
But then
I'm
information
only
with you
one-
for
well,
no
well,
one.
my
that
opinion
office,
is-
and we're
Well, my
talking
opinion
about
is
Tara.
one opinion.
Accepting resumes.
But when you guys sat in that office and
Yeah.
talked about Tara,
Besides, you're looking for a
somebody said something
Right.
about her to you guys that she wasn't hired. And one of those other people that sat in on that conversation let it leak and they got back to her, and a lot of others.
So we're just
Water
accepting
sewer
resumes.
advertising
Yeah.
worker. So just,
Wanna keep
we're
going?
accepting resumes.
Accepting resumes.
Short and sweet and.
Confusing. Okay, then, so make a motion to accept
Oh, they're
water
squirming.
sewer advertisement
Squirming.
for water and sewer application. Resume. So I take a motion.
I'll make a motion, whatever you just said.
So just, why don't we just say the borough, cause it could be anywhere then. It could be shoveling snow, could be,
Yeah.
Well, they should be doing all that anyways, right? All workers.
well, all I'm saying is, why don't we just say the borough? Period. Lawrenceville borough.
Yeah, but then how do you get guys with kind of water and sewer background?
Unless you put that in there.
Well, you have to list which.
Borough maintenance, water and sewer experience.
That's pretty much what it said before.
Okay, Mansell Odell makes a motion to advertise for water sewer borough employ resume. I need a second.
I'm second.
Seconded by Cindy Burrows. I think we have a lot of votes on that. So roll call vote, Robert Penzo,
So the motion's what again?
to advertise water and sewer,
For accepting resumes?
accepting resumes, advertising to accept resumes for a water and sewer borough employee.
Alright, yes,
I can't repeat that again, so.
alright.
So, Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
Mansell Odell.
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
I myself is yes.
And the
That's
cost nothing.
Yeah, 6-0.
Okay.
Okay, now we're at correspondences. Seneca Resources, JKLM Tioga River withdrawal renewal. Seneca Resources, so this one here. Like the same one? Yeah. Notification of water acquisition for Marcellus Shale gas well development. It's the same one. Oh, so
Income.
hold on. Oh, here it is. This letter is to notify Lawrenceville Borough that Seneca Resources LLC will be renewing the JKLM Energy LLC's Tioga River surface water withdrawal on Seneca's water management plan for development of hydrofracture stimulation of natural gas wells. And they have a
No
map,
action is required on your part.
and they have a map of where they're gonna do it.
Real local.
It's,
That's what I think, Brockville.
Isn't it like Larson's?
Well, it's not Lawson, it's not Lawson anymore.
Oh, it's not, it's easy.
Only sold
so
it.
this is just a correspondence, so it's
This is a communication.
So there's
We used to
no
get
action.
so
needed.
many pennies on a gallon. That went in.
Since it's communication, can we reach out and say, hey, can we get some stipend for this?
Well, we used to.
Exactly.
Well,
So cancel it, because I know before we used to.
1,000 gallons, I remember.
Right, then we negotiated it and.
2017 or 18 we went after.
Yeah, we make big dollars today.
That would
Exactly.
seriously
if you guys
help
wanna
us
reach
out.
out,
Yeah, I can't go back and do it.
I'll stop anyone.
Why can't we start a new one?
They
'Cause
negotiated
they own it
already
now.
with,
We had a contract and we,
Seneca,
we
or
need to,
water.
what's it, they had a
Whatever
contract.
that river basin.
Yeah.
Not a
research.
river, surface water.
They were pumping it out down here when we paid them, I remember right at the fire hall, and
Yeah.
that's why we were getting,
That was the
they were
starting.
paying us, but then they went up there where they was pumping it out of the river.
Right, and they give us so many pennies on a gallon.
Yeah, they had a hookup right here.
Yeah.
Which was
the
money
original.
off them.
They got approval from the state,
Right,
This
so
is, this is just
Chesapeake
the river.
water,
Yeah.
something.
the next one's gonna be state fines, state police fines, penalties payment.
That was received today.
How do you know, Chris?
I am pleased to inform you that the state police fines and penalties payment in the amount of $116.53 will be paid on December 2nd, 2024.
That's it?
Due to changes in regulations regarding the payment of the state police fines and penalties which became effective September 1st, 2012, only eligible municipalities will receive an allocation. So at least we have something. And here's that. Let's see it. Alright, the last one is Tioga Mitigation Advisory Committee meeting. Ooh, this is December 4th, 10 o'clock. It's a hybrid Zoom in-person meeting at Tioga Conservation District. Let's see, that's when they're gonna have it. 10 o'clock.
What are they mitigating?
Meeting follows a recent presidential disaster declarations related to tropical storm flooding that impacted the Tioga County area on August 9th.
No, so it's all the bridges and stuff they're digging out, so.
Cause I think there was money sent for that.
Chris. Yeah, we had, if I remember right, 30 days to dig out with no permits if we had bridges. And they were,
Were they just bridges or culverts?
Yeah,
Just
mainly bridge, I was at the school meeting, school board meeting, they were talking about the one up there.
Okay.
And so there's no permits needed while they do it, I think 30 days are up now, cause that was when I was coaching. All of them. You saw them digging up there by the elms and stuff.
Yeah, I seen that, yeah.
So that was all permit free and they just cleaned them out. Westfield had a ton of it going on.
We still got tons of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad up there. Rocks are probably over the road.
Quite
Yeah, a lot of places got.
So, if we wanna go to that, we can, right?
Yep.
Alright, we're gonna go to visitors open forum.
December 4th, okay, so when visitors open forum.
Any questions?
Question.
Concerns?
Yes.
Hannah?
Actually, I have a question about Mike Leeson. How come he's not working more? There's leaves and stuff to be cleaned up. I have fallen on those piles plenty of times walking my dogs.
He is
So-
actually coming in to do leaves tomorrow.
Okay.
So, I don't, this is when we have stuff, it's pretty much,
There's a lot of stuff to do around here that you could be having him do. Why are you not letting him work more?
We should have a couple of days scheduled for them, whenever needed.
so that's another personnel issue, so I can't get into it. So,
We can talk about that later.
So we'll look up his schedule as needed, right?
that's,
Okay.
Well, I will say though, when you had him working, that boy was working his butt off because everybody in town was seeing him do it. So if you have a decent worker, you should give him a little bit more hours. And I don't talk to Mike, so I don't know anything about his lifestyle. And I'm not playing no favoritism, I'm just saying from what you could see around here.
Yeah,
He
we'll
works.
We'll look into it.
Anybody else?
Yeah, when does Penny switch to her $30 an hour,
Wrote that down.
15 hours
Next pay
weekly?
period.
Next
Soon,
pay period.
now,
Next pay period.
next pay
When is the
period?
next pay period? I don't even know what it is.
this was a 2 weeks, so this one's.
This one ends on Friday.
So we'll
Yeah,
start next
after
week.
Friday.
Start next week.
Thank you.
Is there gonna be any oversight on like Penny's worked hours? Obviously, up until this point, there hasn't been. She was supposed to be limited at 20 hours a week. Now you're limiting her to 15 hours a week.
Yes.
Is there gonna be oversight on that this
There's gonna
time?
be oversight on all
There's always
employees,
oversight.
all employees.
Okay, so Mansfield, June 1st, that's a Saturday. Penny was clocked in from 6:23 p.m. to 9:52 p.m. What kind of business are you conducting in the borough office on a Saturday up to 9:52 p.m.
She's a treasurer. She can.
So she just makes up her hours, right?
Yeah, she comes and does her job
Whenever.
without
Okay.
interference.
Okay, but the date that I have here, okay, was June 1st, so she was acting secretary and treasurer at the time. And her time cards reflect 6:23 p.m. to 9:52 p.m. Lots of outside of borough office hours, right? Their borough office is until 5, right? When it is open.
I don't know what you're asking.
I'm asking what kind of business you're conducting in the borough office after hours.
She does treasurer work. Her and the computer.
Her and the computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still in the visitors forum.
I have one. So, since Barry resigned, Terry, I remember you mentioned to me on the phone that you guys were gonna try to reduce the council to 5 people in January.
We talked about it. It doesn't.
Yeah, so were you guys gonna do it, or?
Don't know.
Okay,
Don't know yet.
you guys talked about that, and then you also told me on the phone that Penny's hours were going to be less, were
They
cut
are.
down to 13 hours, but as soon as I got her time cards, I filed the right to know after you and I talked and you gave me that information.
She's
And
already reduced them.
No, they have not, because I have her time cards up until the end of November, and that was not accurate, because when you told me that on the phone, I followed it up with a right to know, and that's when I found out what you told me was not
I
accurate.
don't know then.
You'd have to check it.
So for oversight, that I have them if you wanna see them, but for oversight, you guys just talked about you guys were overseeing it, obviously with what you told me is not accurate.
How many hours was it you said?
You and Terry both actually told all of us here that it was 13, she reduced to 13 hours, but clearly by
No,
the
we
time
didn't
cards.
reduce her. She chose to cut her hours.
Right, but clearly by the time cards, that did not
But-
happen,
but-
so we just
What
want.
was she scheduled at originally back then?
At 20 hours. So at the end of the day, she had 20 hours.
But you guys told
20 hours
everybody
or
she
less.
reduced
That's
her
what I
hours.
was told, so I don't know.
20 hours or less was what she was
So
supposed to
She
be
couldn't go
working.
over 20.
But what I'm getting at, Terry, when you talked to me
I
on the
know,
phone,
but the thing is
I have talked to her.
I was told that it was reduced. So, I mean,
but
what I,
clearly it wasn't.
20 hours or
So-
reduced? Did she go over 20 hours?
Some weeks.
What was
Some
she
weeks,
doing
yes.
though?
That's what we're asking you.
No, that's what I'm asking you. You're telling me what's going on, so I'm asking you
We're asking
what
about the
you
time
know.
card, we're asking about the time card.
Penny, do you have anything to
Clarification
chime
for the
in?
time card, that's all we're
No.
asking.
She ain't got to
comment?
explain nothing. We'll look
No.
into it.
She doesn't have to. Okay, but the original motion was Monday, Thursday, Friday, up to 20 hours at $50 an hour. She did not keep to that schedule. What I'm asking about oversight is who's going to take responsibility to make sure that the borough employees are clocking in and out appropriately and working while they're here.
We're working on
Who is going to
Who's saying
oversee
they're not
that?
working while they're here?
There's nothing that says anyone's
Who is
working while they're
saying
here
that they're
because if
not
they're in the
working?
building, if they're in the building alone, we still have all
This
these.
is gonna be a,
We still
Yeah,
have
I
all.
know.
I just want
It's gonna
someone
be
to
a
commit
council.
to
It's gonna be a
overseeing this in the
council.
future.
So,
council's gonna decide.
personnel.
and
so
personnel
then let's
committee.
talk about if people not working, we can talk about the 800 gallons of use of water, that somebody that was shut off, and then when they went to turn it back on,
I thought we would have the question.
That's already been taken care of.
it you're right, it will be,
That's
soon, it is going to be taken care of.
So we're done?
Yeah. It's none of their business.
So I just a public comment. I think this is it. Nobody wants to stay here any longer, right? We're done. All right. In case anyone's wondering, the council has not improved its efficiency because the same people are still here. You have a majority election coming up next, and I hope that everybody in this room and everybody both watching my feed puts into consideration what you would like out of your next council members.
So I got a question. So what's this talk about 5 council members?
So they have meetings, I was also told that they have meetings outside of here,
No, we
there's
did
4 of
not.
them. You told me you did. You told me
Ah,
you
see,
did.
see that
I
right there
wasn't
tells you
invited.
that.
I'm just curious.
You were there, and they talked about
so-
reducing the council to 5 after the first of the year.
I never heard that at all.
What? I haven't heard that at all
Really?
either.
No.
Really?
Yeah, nice try, cause
Wow.
we've got that.
I don't gotta explain myself. I'm telling you, I never heard of the 5 thing.
I actually mentioned it to Penny at one time. I mean, that's all we said.
I never
That's all
heard
that was
it.
ever said.
That
We
hasn't
didn't
come
actually
up in
say
any,
we're doing
that hasn't
it.
come up in
No.
any meeting before, so.
No,
Okay.
not
Not
here,
gonna happen, so-
and not with them.
Excuse me, how often are y'all discussing borough business, not in public? How
That
often
meeting's every
exactly?
Thursday.
You
How
can
often?
discuss,
Because it
you can
seems that-
discuss borough business outside of this meeting.
Yes.
You just can't have a quorum.
It would just be nice to answer the questions.
I can't answer, I don't know anything about it.
How can you not know?
I don't know.
Y'all are signing checks. You wasted $11,000 tonight
We didn't.
of the
waste it. That was
taxpayers'
prior
money
councils.
Let me see.
on
We wasted-
negligence.
21.
What's the date? What's the date on that?
Me neither.
21 and 20.
Okay, so if Penny's here to clean up all this prior mess, what's going
What
on?
is
Why
your
are you
thing
still
with
doing
Penny?
this?
What
She's
is your
doing it.
thing
Because
with
she's the highest paid employee in your entire county.
And you have no idea what
So-
she does or don't do.
Correct.
And
So
she
don't throw
wouldn't
stones
have-
when you
That's
don't
a
know.
She would
problem.
not
So don't
have
throw
been
stones.
paid
You
that.
didn't
We
give
don't
us an
gotta-
answer.
we don't
Y'all
gotta
don't
explain it
know
to you.
what she's doing either.
She wouldn't have had been paid that.
Give us
If
the
we didn't
answer.
have 3 more years of bullshit.
She's
with
still going to
Gordy
be
and
the highest
Pennsylvania.
paid
have any more
employee in
questions?
Tioga County.
And she's
The
doing
borough
her
is
job.
broken.
She's doing her job.
We don't know that. There's
So,
no evidence.
you
of
don't
that.
even live here. Why do you worry about it?
Because the public deserves
My
to
God.
know.
Was gonna be paid, or was gonna be trained by Ben. That was
Yes,
the bill of
that
sale.
is one thing.
That was the bill of sale that was presented when
And it
this all
has not
started.
happened.
And I think we're still at 3 hours of training or whatever, right? Whatever the numbers, it's small, it's very small, okay? So my point is, that was what was presented to the community,
Right.
okay? We're still no closer at the end of this year than we were at the beginning, right? And I think we owe,
We would have been
I
there,
think we owe,
but we're cleaning up 18,
This
19,
individual-
20, and 21.
We're doing,
I keep hearing that.
we're doing.
We showed you.
But the point is, why is she working at 9 o'clock at night? If they were working side by side,
She's got
Which was
jobs. You can't do 2 jobs.
Jennifer has enough to do.
That's like taking
just bring the
electrician and
secretary.
mechanic.
I'm trying to
together.
explain
It don't work.
my comment,
Go ahead.
okay? When someone's working at 9 o'clock at night, they're not collaborating with the person that's working during the day.
Right, they're trying to get their job done efficiently.
And
So
the
when
point
is she gonna get trained?
The point I'm trying to make was, we as a council wrote the check to Jennifer that we said we would train her. And we have not done that. And we still don't have a plan to do that.
Do you wanna dump everything that the previous council has done?
I'm just
In
telling you
her
what's
lap?
on this table
Do
here
you
right
wanna
now.
dump?
This
Here.
council,
That was
this
my-
council
Jennifer.
wrote a check.
This is from the previous
train her.
council.
She was hired in as the water.
Go
sewer
ahead and go
secretary.
And we have not,
We've been.
So
we have not fulfilled
So
that.
what happened was, you're right, we have not. We haven't come up with
That's
a
all I'm saying.
plan. There's no plan.
Because
do
we
that
can't
at
get
all.
our head above water.
No, it's not about above water. We don't have a plan for that one.
then why don't we
specific thing.
hire that individual and then, instead of sending out resumes for someone we may hire over at the water and sewer plant? If we need more help to train this office, why don't,
Obviously, we
Okay,
do
then
if it's
what
not
is the
being
problem?
done.
That's because,
Don't.
yeah, I'm not gonna engage in
It's
it, because you
between
know
us.
what, it's a
It'd be
personnel
too
matter.
transparent for the
Transparency that you
It'd be
ran on
too
is not
transparent
there.
to tell your constituents what you're doing with their tax dollars.
She paid, she paid.
Do we have any other questions?
no, you answered my question, there's no plans.
There is no plan.
No
We
plan.
done?
No oversight, no
Concepts
Concepts
have
of
any
a
other
plan.
questions? If you don't have any questions, then I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting. Alright, Mansell makes a
Make sure you
to
put
adjourn
in
the
the
meeting.
newspaper,
Do I have a second?
incompetence.
We just changed all that anyway, so we hired her.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Robert Penzone. Roll call vote. Robert Penzone. Terry Gleason. Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
Mansell Odell.
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel.
Yes.
Not myself. Yes. The next regular meeting is gonna be on January 6th, 2025.
My IRS papers, where they get lost in the shuffle.
We gotta put that on the agenda. We know the check sign. Okay. Who volunteers?
There you go. My job's done.
And then as soon as I get the other one done, you'll sign it.
Oh, you weren't gone today, I wasn't. You guys called me.
I'll let you know when I figure that out. I gotta get the county by then.
They don't care about the money. Oh, they weren't getting nothing. We would have had to.
Good timing. Alright guys, so you just like getting set up. And we'll have a quick chat about what this stuff.
Yeah, you don't know who's talking here.
Yes, how are you doing?
Stuff hasn't been filed.
Well, these are metal, both sides.
This one has to
They get up there.
Nope, you get that.
I'm just gonna fold your legs up.
I do a thing. Hold on, we're not done. Oh, we're not done. Cheryl, thank you. I'm super excited. I've been writing some comments in here tonight. I'm sure there's going to be more once other people get time to watch the video. So real quick. Well, I went through a ton of battery tonight. Not really sure what's going on, but towards the end, Bob had same questions, obviously, that the rest of us have about employees and oversight and time cards. And unfortunately, the right to know request for the time cards wasn't just like denied the first time and then made it difficult. There's missing pieces. So I actually didn't even get all the time cards that were requested. There's dates that are funny. I will go ahead and post those for you guys so you can just take a look at it yourself. There's going to be a special meeting to approve the contract for the fire department, so that'll be happening this month. We'll see if I make it here. It depends really on what the agenda is. If it's just going to be accepting the fire department contract, I probably won't drive all the way down. But it's freezing. Stay cold, or stay warm. Good gosh, worked up. You guys know these take effort to be quiet. I have a lot of other questions. Maybe we'll do another separate video, but there's a handful of comments too. All right, so do the things, you know, like, share, subscribe, ding the bell. Twitch guys, if you happen to pop in tonight, cool. Thanks for stopping by. Don't usually stream there, but did anyway. And do the things. Thank a veteran. Check on your neighbor. Have a good Christmas if I don't see you before then, but I think I might. And I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. So, all right, I'm gonna go warm up the car. Bye.